Oh my god, it comes up. Sorry, I just got on a new sounds something. Okay. 'Tis the season of giving. Wow. And I'm giving you this video. Merry Christmas. Sorry that it's very bad this year. Yeah, I know, I do apologise, but I'm a little bit low on money. But now every How to Train Your Dragon content has been released, I think it's about time we rank every film, short and series. I'm initially going to rank them in terms of order of release date. Well, I'm just dead now. And then at the end I'm going to rank them from worst to best. So if you just want a quick overview, just skip towards the end. If you're not 100% sure what I mean, you'll just see throughout the video. Merry bloody Christmas. So first, of course, How to Train Your Dragon. This is the film that kick-started the whole universe. This has heavy nostalgia, as when I watched it, I was but a wee boy. There are amazing shots and scenes, including my favourite of all of cinema, The Forbidden Friendship. I still get goosebumps listening to it today. I could go on a long time talking about this, and I may need to do that in a separate video. However, I know this film is flawed. The Dragon Riders, they don't get much development. The best out of the films, but still more on the sidelines. 10 out of 10. Gift of the Nightfury. This is a sweet, snuggle-tog adventure, exploring many ideas considering its runtime. It has the idea of hosting festive celebrations with fire-breathing lizards around, but we get a first glimpse of how Hiccup will react to Toothless leaving him, sort of foreshadowing How to Train Your Dragon 3. It's nice to see many Easter eggs stem from this short, like Hiccup jumping over the arch in Riders of Berk, and the self-flying tail in How to Train Your Dragon 3. Other than that, the short is sweet and wholesome, with a lot of packed in. We do see a little bit more of the riders though. 10 out of 10. Book of Dragons is different from everything else. It's more of an interactive experience for the viewer, as it sort of breaks the fourth wall immediately.
Oh, hey! Whoa! A new dragon trainer!
And I believe it's an extra from the How to Train Dragon DVD, but I have nothing really to say about it. It's not too interesting, and it sort of covers the same ground as we've seen before. But it's nice to see other dragons. 6 out of 10. Legend of the BoneKnapper. This one is the same quality as the film in terms of the art, but this seems a little more pointless. Again, it's nice to see other dragons and more characterization for Gobber and the riders, although it's sort of the same from the films and the shorts. But looking back at this is more content for How to Train Your Dragon fans. Luckily, I am one. They couldn't pack too much into it though, as it was only 16 minutes, but it's still entertaining enough. But my main gripe with this, that there is barely any Toothless. 7 out of 10. Ooh. Riders of Berk. It's a great series. I'm currently reviewing every episode on my channel. It's sort of in the Cinema Sins / Wins format, but I have actual criticism, not poorly written jokes. But I'm planning to do it all the way up to Race to the Edge. I didn't really watch these when I was younger. I sort of watched them every now and then if they were on, so I haven't got much nostalgia for them. This is an actual continuation to the franchise, and putting it into a series enables extra time to spend on new dragons and development on Hiccup and his newish relationships to the Dragon Riders. They finally have a bit more personality. 9 out of 10. Defenders of Berk is basically the same as Riders of Berk. No idea why they changed the name, and I think it technically is a different series, but slightly better plots and story, but everything else is basically the same. 9 out of 10. How to Train Dragon 2. An amazing sequel and a natural progression for the characters. And damn, he's hot. Gorgeous visuals and amazing story with more consequences. Well, this got a bit of a darker tone. Didn't expect this from my child-friendly animated film. The plot is great and it has some twists, like his mother's actually alive, even though it was spoilt in the trailer, but I was too young to sort of watch the trailer or know that it was a thing. I wasn't really much on the internet in that time. And then his dad dies.
Oh?
Nothing too much to say other than brilliant. Similar quality to the first. However, again, the riders don't get any development, or very little. And the villain is a bit weak.
I want to rule the world and enslave the dragons. Arrgh!
Okay, boomer.
Jog on.
10 out of 10 though. Dragons Dawn of Dragon Racers. That's a bit of a mouthful and a tongue twister. Not 100% sure where to put this one, but I guess it was released after the film. I don't know. I can't really remember and I don't particularly care. Anyway, to be honest, this is one of the more forgettable shorts. It feels more like an episode from Race to the Edge other than a film. Who knows, it might actually been a pilot, but looking at the short itself, it's pretty bad. The visuals look garbage. I'm aware that Race to the Edge looks like the same, but that's a full series with a lot of animation to do, and it hasn't got as high a budget as the films. So the story is pretty forgettable though. It's about how they started the sport, which to be honest, we didn't really need to know. It's sort of obvious, but I do apologise, but it is just a little bit boring, and I tend to skip this when doing a How to Train Dragon marathon. 4 out of 10. Ooh! Race to the Edge. This by far is the best How to Train Dragon series on TV or Netflix, the cursed demon. With amazing story points, with Hiccup tested to his fullest, with a cat and mouse sort of situation with the villain. Vigo, is it? I can't really remember. It's one of the brothers. I'm sort of bad with names. However, he is the best villain out of the whole franchise. He actually has like direct conflict with the main protagonist in terms of ideologies. You know, Hiccup wants to befriend and free all the dragons and live in harmony. Yeah, he just wants to capture them and sell them for profit. Greedy butts. We do see a lot of new dragons unique to the series and much more development for the riders, whilst introducing and paying off new characters and their arc. We explore other parts of the world, like selling and trading dragons, which of course that's a thing, and I'm so glad that this has an actual ending with high stakes. I can't wait to review the series. What it lacks in visuals, it makes up for the best storytelling and conflicts from the whole franchise. 10 out of 10. We actually see Hiccup actually get frustrated or mad. Like, you know, genuine anger. How to Train Dragon 3. I feel like it's still a bit too early to review this. It's been almost a year. God, that was quick. I really like this movie. It has the best visuals of all the franchise. Of course, it's literally the latest film. The hidden world looks absolutely gorgeous. And there's some nice tracks. I didn't really mention as much of the music. I love the music, especially in the first one. The second one has some good ones, and the third one has some bangers as well. In terms of the story for all three films, it's perfect. Natural progression. Start off with Hiccup as a boy into a man, coming of age story, and you know how the dragons gonna stay in that world. Well, no, they don't, because they go bye. It has sort of a fitting ending with the dragons saying goodbye. I only wish it was a stronger reason though. Although I like Grimmel, he's similar to that guy in Race to the Edge, albeit he is, I think, a little bit more threatening, as he doesn't hesitate to kill a dragon, whereas that guy in Race to the Edge prefers to enslave them or capture them, because, you know, he wants to sell them for profit instead of killing them. But what mostly annoys me is that after the threat has been dealt with, that then the dragons go. It'll make more sense if Grimmel stayed alive. I know there are other, like, trappers, but, I mean, Hiccup has dealt with them before. And Grimmel's probably the worst one out there, considering he's actually hunted Nightfuries. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent a bit. But I guess Hiccup was just like,
I don't know, guys. I'm getting pretty tired now. I can't be asked anymore. Bye-bye, dragons. Oh, I'm gonna miss you.
Nightfury is she's alright. I wish he had a bit more personality other than I'm attractive. The riders again aren't developed, and it's disappointing that Snotlout didn't get some sort of payoff. It's just the same idiots as before. And he hits on Hiccup's mum.
So, Hiccup's mom, any notes on my bone-crushing assault, or was it pretty much perfect?
Oh, it was indescribable. And please, call me Valka. It has been a year.
First name basis.
Astrid does have a point. Perhaps you all rely a little bit too much on your dragons and not enough on one another.
See, that's exactly what I was saying. Just listen up, guys. Yeah, your mom's super impressed with me. I'm like the son she always wanted.
Okay. Again, I do really like that it wraps up the franchise up, but I feel like there was something missing, or something different. I can't really put my finger on it. Also, it still has many plot holes. What about the Bufflord? They can only be on that island. Well, they're just extinct, aren't they? In terms of animal logic. But I'm rambling like a Neanderthal, so I should stop. 8 out of 10. There is something, I don't know what. But the ending is amazing, and it makes me cry just hearing the bloody music. Lastly, How to Train Your Dragon Homecoming is a perfect fitting for the story. What is life going to be like without the dragons? It's nice to see more of Hickstrid's children as well, and more of the Nightlights, although they do have a bit of a stereotypical sort of character. You know, all those character traits we've seen before. It's a sweet story about who Stoic was and what the dragons were like, helping the newer generation appreciate them. But spoilers from now on. There you go. I find it a little disappointing that Hiccup only got a glimpse of Toothless. Perhaps a very, very small interaction on his own would have been nice. Like saying, oh, hey, bud, oh no, you gotta go. Okay, then. But that does prompt Hiccup to go and see him in the Hidden World, which we see at the end of How to Train Dragon 3. I am going to make a more in-depth review on this short. It's either up already, or it's going to be up very shortly. It's been very busy in terms of work and Christmas. 7 out of 10. I can't really confirm my opinion on it, as it's still relatively new. I may need to watch it a few more times. So, the order from worst to best is Dawn of Dragon Racers. Pretty pointless short film, and it looks pretty bad. Book of Dragons. A bit too different from everything else. It's not really an actual short film, but it's meh. I mean, you don't really need to watch it after you've seen it like one time. Legend of the BoneKnapper. It's alright, it's pretty good and entertaining. You know, there's no real consequences of this. We never see the BoneKnappers again. Has Trained Dragon Homecoming. A lovely short, a great finish for the whole franchise. But I get a little bit too disappointed at the end. It feels like it could have made it a little bit more better. Has Trained Dragon the Hidden World. Still an absolutely amazing film, but I think there's a bit too many things wrong with it. Riders / Defenders of Berk. Great idea to transfer this franchise into a series, and then we get more. As a result, we get more development for the dragons and the other people. But the actual series itself is a little dated. Gift of the Nightfury. Probably the best short, and it has some Easter eggs leading into the other film and series, which is nice. Race to the Edge, a phenomenal series. Well, yeah, great writing and characters. And sort of lastly is How to Train Dragon and How to Train Dragon 2. I can never really decide which I like out of the two of them. I'm always constantly thinking, no, I like that one more. No, I like that one more. I can't really decide. So I put them together. So sort of both of them. I don't know. I can really never decide. Oh, I guess that's the end of the video. Bye. But wait, you should like and subscribe.
Do it.
I did YouTuber things.